Namaste children, myself Vishwanath from Pal Public School. In the previous class, we have gone through the second chapter in your history part, that is tracing changes through 1,000 years. That means we have to trace, we have to check out the changes that took over 1,000 years. I have already informed you about what we are going to study in 7th standard in history, that is the medieval period history of India. So here, how to chase or how to trace, how to find out the changes is very challenging task for anyone. For historians, it is a great challenge. Why? Because they have to go through many resources which tells about the past, because they won't exist in the past. Nobody were there. Nobody will be available who exist in that period. It is very difficult to live 1,000 years. So they have to go for some resources. Yesterday I started with the sources that historians use to trace, to find out the past. So the historians, they use coins, inscriptions, architecture and textual records as their resources. They study these resources to find out what happened in the past. Through coins, they will come to know about the language, the technology and the period of rulers, everything. Some of the information will be available through coins. By studying coins, they get some information. And through inscriptions, you can see that inscriptions are the main sources of history. Through inscriptions, these inscriptions are carved information on the temple walls or on rocks. So these are going to give lot of information. In studying this also is not a easy task. Why? Because the language they used and the order will be in different stones, different order will be available. So they have to set it in order wise, and they have to study it with their language. First they have to learn their language, then they can understand the inscriptions. After that, they are going to write about what happened in the past. In the same way, architecture, the buildings which they have built, through that historians are going to trace the changes or trace the history. You can see that many of the temples will be which are available nowadays also, they are having their own styles. Through that we can find it out whether it is built by Mughals or whether it is built by the Vijayanagara emperors, by their styles. And even some of the rulers are built, they have supported to build the temples and many other monuments. So by that they will be writing their names on the monuments. By that also we can trace the changes. What are they are going to in temples. Also on the walls of the temples, they are going to write about their victories, about their titles, about their successors, about their elders, everything. So architecture also is helpful for historians to trace out what happened in the past. Then the very important source, that is textual record. Textual records are those which were written. I think you were aware about manuscripts. On the palm leaves they have written the information what had happened in the past, because there were no technology of paper. But during medieval period, the paper was invented and they started writing it. This using of paper was incredibly increased during medieval period because of the invention of the paper. The writing, the textual records were increased in the medieval period because of the invention of the paper. So this paper was very popular because as they are available everywhere and very cheap. Because of this, they have used lot of they gone through lot of writing works. So it was written, medieval history was written. Most of the medieval history records were available in writings. So they have written, right? Reading or studying this also is not easy. Why? Because there were no printing presses during this period. They have written, handwritten. Understanding their language, understanding their handwriting is also very difficult for them. They have copied. Later, they have copied from inscription to manuscript, inscription to the papers, and while copying, they have made some changes. So it was difficult for historians to copy them into paper. So in this way, these all sources were used by historians to trace out what happened in the past. Let us see what were the changes that took place during the medieval era, medieval period of Indian history. From the year 700 to 1750. So here we can see different types of changes, like new social and political groups which emerged during this period, region and empire that emerged during this period, and new religions, old and new religions. These and the history. These are the main concepts that we are going to look into. So let us see what social and political groups, which social and political groups emerged during this period. New social groups. You know that the social groups, we have different types of societies, people in our society. Yesterday I told you how these changes in the society took place because of the movements of the people. So when these people moved from one place to another place, they also they have also taken technology, language, culture along with them. They have grown along with their own cultures. Wherever they went, there only they have started following or implementing their languages and their cultures. Because of this, the people who were there, who were dominated by these migrant people, started following the culture of those. So by this the culture changed, and even technology also. Yesterday in the last class I told you about the Persian wheel. Because of Persian wheel, the irrigation facility was developed. So and food, different types of food also introduced in India, like potato, corn, chilies. These were brought by Europeans. When they brought it, it had become our part. We also started consuming it, and it was one of our food nowadays. And because of this movement, new social groups, new political groups started emerging in the Indian society. So those changes we are going to learn in this history this year. And after this, we can also find out some regions and empires, new regions. So here new regions and empires during 700 to 100 and 750. There are so many new families ruled India. In South India we can see Vijayanagara Samrajya, Cholas, and in North India Mughals, Delhi Sultans. These all dominated the regions. These were the regions which were occupied by some families, some rulers, came to know, find out by the historians through Prashastis. Prashastis are the writings on the rocks. In the same way, how the inscriptions were, who ruled India during this period, and their boundaries and their titles and the type of administration, how they have ruled. These help historians to find out the changes during this period. So we will study the changes in the regions and the emperors, about emperors. Especially Mughals and Delhi Sultans dominated during this period. And after this, old and new religions, that is also one of the important change that took place during this period. New religion and old. We know that old religion, in that Hinduism was dominating culture, dominating religion which exists in India. Later, many changes took place, because in Hinduism there were some Varna system like Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. These are the gradings they have made in the society to categorize the people. Here Brahmanas were earning more respect because they were well known about the Sanskrit, the language Sanskrit. It was very difficult during this period. Only the Brahmins were knowing the Sanskrit language, and whichever the rituals take place, the Brahmins must be there. So because of that, they were earning more respect from the people, and they have treated the other category people very badly. So they have ill treated them. Because of that, the people who belong to the lower category or lower varnas, they wanted some changes. That's why they were thinking about the alternative ways, alternative religions. When the alternative came for the Hinduism, they have changed themselves. Because of that, many religions emerged in India. Like even Islam also came to India by Muhammad Ghazni and Ghori, and they started ruling here. And many people who liked the culture of Islam, they also started following the Islam. So these are the changes we can trace in religion during this period. We will learn in detail about these changes in history. Later, when all these sources available, and when all these changes occurred, it is very difficult to separate them, because inscriptions won't tell that it is old or new, because in that time what they have got to their mind, they have written. So when historians take all these sources, when they study, they are going to separate it. So in the same way, the Indian history was separated in three types. That is by historians. The historians divided Indian history as ancient Indian history, medieval Indian history, and modern Indian history. So in the same way, British also, they have divided into three parts. that is Hindu, Muslim and British period. Why? Because in the ancient period, India was dominated, ruled by most of the rulers were belong to Hinduism. So only that period was uh, called as Hindu by Britishers. And during medieval period, most of the rulers who belong to Islam ruled India. So only it was called as Islam and Muslim. Then the last period, the modern period, it was in this period the British ruled India. They were the dominating they were the dominating rulers in India. So only they have made it modern Indian history. They have made it as British period.